The 230 agenda recognises the spread of information communication has great potential to accelerate human progress. This is up on the UNDP site. There was a survey done last year, and there's a link at the bottom there that showed that for Facebook, for example, last year, which was the biggest social media usage in Jamaica at that stage, something like 31% of their 400 people that they interviewed, aged between 18 and 65, and I took a great offence at the little icons that they had, because the 65-year-old was there with the cane punched over. And I don't feel like that at this stage. Anyway, the numbers there were showing how many people were using Facebook, and the vast majority were using Facebook, and how often they were doing it. There was, of course, proviso that came out from the Superintendent of Police that it can have its bad aspects as well, of people getting into social media with cyberbullying and so on, which also needs to be taken into consideration. But clearly, social media has changed the way that things happen. You only have to see the fantastic increase in the use of mobile phones and smartphones, and people in distress can now send out WhatsApp messages to people, or some sort of message out to say, help, I'm stuck somewhere and need help. We saw what happened with Arab Spring and the way that social media was used there. One of the things in terms of connections that I was fascinated by a few years ago. This machine on the top left is a little box about this size. It connects onto computers, and the crowd in California handed out thousands of these for free. The idea was that you would have this sitting on your computer running overnight, 24 hours a day, and it would monitor for earthquakes. And you would sign up to get this thing for free, but you would have to say what your building was constructed of, so that they would get an idea. Then after the earthquake, they could get back information as to what damage was done and so on. Right. If you look at the positioning of our earthquake sensors in the country at the moment, they were set up many years ago and were put on the top of a hill because they needed line of sight for microwave links to get back to head office to be able to collect the data. And of course, every time there was lightning and thunder, they went offline.